So how has 2016 been for you? I know that from a global perspective, it's certainly brought up a lot of issues and challenges around the world on so many different levels. I also know from a personal perspective and also from talking with friends and clients that many people have been on a bit of a roller coaster this year. My name's Jules Wyman and I'm a confidence coach, and it would be very easy as a coach to encourage people to start planning 2017. And I know that for myself, there have been times this year where I've just kind of wanted to stop the bus. I want to get off basically. And actually that's not helpful. So every year, what I usually send out to clients and people on my mailing list is a yearly review. And I thought I would do it slightly differently this year and do it as a video. So I'm going to do the first part of it with you right now. So before we go any further, what you will need is a pen and paper, so that you can jot down your answers to the questions that I'm about to offer you. Now, if you haven't got a pen and paper, then you can always watch the video and come back to it later. You can always, if I don't give you enough time to answer the questions, obviously come back to it later. But if you really want to be in the moment now, hit pause, grab yourself a pen and paper, and let's get going with these questions. Because as I say, it would be very easy with all of what's happened this year globally and personally for many people to kind of want to forget about it and move on and get planning with how you want things to be different. But in actual fact, I personally think it's very useful to look at the past 12 months and look at what it has been like for us and how we can use that moving forward. So my first question is to actually look at what have you accomplished this year? What have you achieved or created or done? Now, I know for many people, they may think that that means they'll have had to have passed a test or been certified in something or got a badge or a sticker or be honoured. But what I'd invite you to do is go and grab your phone, your calendar, your diary, your journal, your laptop, wherever you will have recorded sort of events throughout the year, and just go back to January the 1st and start looking through at all the various things that have happened in this year for you and look at what you have accomplished, what you have got done. And it might be the simplest of things of sorting out that drawer that's been a mess forever and you've actually finally cleared it out and got that bit organised. Or it may be that you qualified in something you've been studying for years. It really doesn't matter how big or how small, but take the time now to look at what you have accomplished, what you have achieved or have done this year in 2016. Okay, got your list? So now what I would invite you to do is, hopefully you've still got all of those bits of resource material around you, those diaries, the laptop, the journal, whatever it may be. And again, I'm sure as you've gone through it, answering the first question, it's going to have reminded you of various things that might have happened in April or February. I know for myself, I have enough trouble remembering what happened last month, let alone back in January of this year. So I need those resources. And going through those resources will also help you answer the second question, which is, what have you discovered this year? What have you discovered in 2016? Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can look at this, because it could be that you've discovered a new film, TV program, author, musician, group, gardening, recipes, whatever it may be. So it could be something external to yourself, but equally it could be something about yourself. It could be a self-awareness that you've discovered this year that you didn't have before. And that may not be a nice self-discovery, but nonetheless, as Einstein said, the first point of change is to notice. So when we discover things, actually we've got the opportunity to make a change. And I know for myself this year, it's been about discovering new ways of cooking, new ways of interacting with different foods as I discover those and want to become even more aware of what my body needs and become even more healthy with that. So that's something that I've focused on this year. But what has it been for you? What have you discovered this year that has, that's just been a discovery for you? Okay, so you now have two lists. The first one is about what you have accomplished or achieved, done, created, depending on what the right word is for you. The second one is about what you've discovered. In the third list, I want you to really think about what have you faced this year, and more specifically, what challenges have you faced this year? And it may not be that you've resolved them. It may not be that you have faced them with joy or with grace or got them right or did it perfectly. But nonetheless, use those resources again and go back and check what were the challenges that you faced. It's very easy for us to be in the midst of something. Might be a technical challenge, it might be a relating to somebody else challenge, it might be a communication challenge. And in the moment, it's such a big thing and it's really challenged to deal with and hard and not really sure what to do. But when we come through the other side, we kind of forget about it. And actually, it's really worth acknowledging all of those challenges that you've faced. So regardless of whether you did them perfectly, and obviously hindsight's a great thing, we'd always like to go back and do things differently. But actually, just look at what you have faced, look at those challenges and make a note of all those challenges that you've faced in 2016. So there you have it, 3 lists, what you've accomplished, what you've discovered and the challenges that you faced in 2016. And that's the first part of the yearly review. I'd love you to come and join me live to complete the yearly review on the 3rd of January at 7 p.m. UK time. On this page is a web link. Click on that so you can register your place. And we'll go through the second part of the yearly review and putting together those 2 parts, the bit that you've just done and that second part, will enable us to look at how you can utilise that information moving forward into 2017. So come and join me live on the 3rd of January, register your place and make sure that you have done the first part, bring that to the session. There'll be an opportunity for you to ask questions, get your insights, get your thoughts, whatever they may be, and join me live on the 3rd of January to complete that so that you can move forward into 2017 having fully closed off this very interesting year that many people have experienced and go into 2017 feeling even more resourced, even more focused and even stronger than you possibly thought. So let's get together on the 3rd of January, 7 p.m. UK time. I look forward to seeing you there, but if you want to be there, you need to register your space. So I look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Bye.